let's break down the 75. 75 initial list. How many of this have been completed? Can we get the 38 from your earlier 35? From
Joseph,
your
sorry, I know, I'm supposed to answer a question here from you, but seriously, I'd rather not. Why? Because that's not the list anymore. Why are you asking me a list of 75 when the government's already telling you that the list is now 100 and that is the new list?
Alright, let's go then to 100.
Yeah.
So yun yung breakdown mo, 35 yung
Yeah, can we just
completed.
pull that up? Yes.
Okay.
We will be providing the media with a whole list. Okay? We'll just submit it muna. Please allow us to just submit it first to our legislators.
All right. Hold on. I'd like to go back to the 75 because that's your starting point, okay?
No, that's not the starting
No more.
point. No.
All right.
That's not the starting point. The starting point of Build, Build, Build was all these infrastructure projects that needed to be built. NEDA identified 75 projects, okay? Of which a portion was, based on the studies, deemed infeasible. There were some that were completed, like I think there were 2. Not that were completed. No, I'm sure a lot of people in the media is going to spin that again, that the government only completed 2. Even if I've already shown you that we've completed several. But that's fine. That's up to you. But my point is, why are you forcing me to talk about a list of 75 when the government is already telling you that this is a revised list? I'm not going to answer it. Joseph,
When was
I'm
the
sorry.
decision made by NEDA to maybe prioritize?
There was a NEDA ICC meeting last week, and the new list was approved last week.
Okay. So yung new list, what was the original and the new list? Ilang projects yun? Based on the assessment of the NEDA. Para yung figure mo na lang.
100.
100. And then meron kayong, do we call it shelf? Yung hindi prioritize.
Yes.
So 100, yung binigay niya sa
wala na yung, obviously, yung shelve, wala na dun sa 100. Shelve nga eh.
Alright, cool. So, may we know those projects?
I will have to check. I think some of them are the bridges, inter-island bridges, that are just too expensive and difficult to build as of this time. No, which includes, I think, a bridge in Mindoro, a bridge in connecting Leyte and Bicol, if I'm not mistaken. No, there was a huge plan kasi, di ba, of DPWH. It's been a plan for so long to build and connect the entire archipelago with inter-island bridges. But, of course, you're talking about upwards of 50 kilometers across rough seas. No? And when the feasibility studies were done, they were either too expensive or the technology isn't there yet to really build them now. We're not saying that those bridges are never going to be built. But right now, government is better off using its resources, building other things that are feasible now. And that are
So we can
urgent.
use the term suspended for the meantime. Those projects.
Yeah.
And how many of this?
If I'm not mistaken, at least... No, 30 were, I think... I'll get the number, Joseph. Sorry.
You don't have the number?
No, I don't have the exact number. I don't want to make a mistake.
And right now, ballpark first.
Ballpark, those that were shelved.
Yeah. You're using the word shelf na? Shelf.
Yeah,
Okay.
bakit? Masama ba yung word na shelved?
Baka mamaya ayaw yung term na yun.
Hindi, ginamit ko eh. So gusto ko.
Okay.
Okay. So, I'll give you an exact number later on.
Okay. And the reason is hindi sila parang walang masyadong ROI for some mga ganon.
Yeah, sige. Yeah, yes. Hindi pa siya feasible. Yung returns, no?
All right.
I
So
think
in
I've
terms
said
of
that like
history lang, ng
5
number
times,
in terms of history lang ng number of projects, no? We started with 75, biglang nadamihan, naging 100 plus the shelf ones, right?
Yes.
So your BBB, triple B projects grew from 75 to 100
Again,
plus X.
Joseph, I don't know if, I don't know if you refuse to hear. I said build, build, build is composed of thousands of projects. It's really...
We're talking about yung mga flagship na
No,
sinasabi mo.
no, you didn't say flagship. You said build, build, build. And that's the problem. That's the problem, eh? Because and I've seen it come out in media several times, Joseph. In fact, I even saw news that Build has been downsized from 8 trillion to 4 trillion. That's not true. Build is thousands of projects estimated at 8 trillion. The flagship program of 100 is 4 trillion. So half of the Build is roughly the flagship program. I know it's probably kind of confusing, but that's just how it is. I just really, I just really don't like it when, things are misrepresented, and especially language is so important. That's why I have to keep on repeating myself here because, it's, I'm sure it's going to get printed in some other way later on. So I have to be very clear and unequivocal.
I guess it's a little defensiveness from your
No,
side.
it's not defensive. It's just because you insist on asking me questions that to me, at this point, are not relevant.